This video was produced in partnership with Stephen F. Austin State University's College of Liberal and Applied Arts Department of Mass Communication and the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce. Leaders of Tomorrow is a program of the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce in partnership with the Nacogdoches County Independent School Districts. On January 21st, 2014, 32 8th grade students from all over East Texas visited the Mass Communication Department at Stephen F. Austin State University. They were part of an organization called Leaders of Tomorrow, or sometimes the LOT Crew. LOT is an organization dedicated to exposing students to the world outside the classroom and showing them that with hard work and determination, they can pursue their dreams. In the past, the group has visited hospitals, toured corporate jets at local airports, and explored many other unique and fascinating careers. This week, they had the opportunity to go behind the lights, mics, and cameras and get a taste of what it's like to work in the mass media. The day began with a welcome from the chair of the SFA Mass Communication Department, Dr. John Allen Hendricks.
So good morning and welcome. I think you're going to have a really fun day by the end of the day, okay?
Students were then split into groups with other students from schools around the East Texas area and rotated through 4 distinct sessions that were held throughout the day. In each session, students had the opportunity to experience one of 4 different aspects of working in the mass media. These included writing advertisements, field reporting for television, recording advertisements and public service announcements for radio, and working behind the scenes and in front of the cameras in a real television studio. Under the instruction of Dr. Linda Thornton Bond, LOT crew members learned how to eat their way through an advertising campaign in SFA's Strategic Communication Lab. They started their session by dividing into focus groups and tasting different kinds of snack chips. Then they put their observations into surveys and, sifting through their answers, developed slogans for advertising campaigns. Each student ad agency created a print ad and even wrote a jingle to use in radio and TV ads. Dr. Bond was pleased how quickly the students understood the process and how creative they were, saying there were as many different ideas as there were students. In a different session, students worked with Dr. R.E. Davis, learning how television reporters use professional cameras and equipment to conduct interviews and tell stories in the field. LOT crew members began by learning the basic parts of a camera, how to mic an interviewee, and how to set up a single camera shoot. Dr. Davis discussed camera controls, lighting, and how to conduct an interview. The students then developed interview questions centered around their personal lives and experiences with LOT. Putting their newly learned techniques together, the LOT crew students then shot short interviews with each other in the style of a real broadcast report. After rotating through the first 2 sessions, students were treated to lunch and were shown examples of the work SFA students have produced using the facilities and techniques they were learning that day. The students were given the opportunity to interact with SFA faculty and graduate students, as well as ask questions about what it's like to work in the field of mass communication. After lunch, the students rotated through the 3rd and 4th sessions of the day. In the 3rd session, the LOT crew students learned what it was like to work in a real radio station from KSAU 90.1 FM faculty advisor, Mrs. Sherry Williford. Mrs. Williford taught the students how to write, record, and produce advertisements and public service announcements for radio.
Other times the announcer needs to be forceful. Wow, what a sale!
The students were also given the opportunity to sit in on a live broadcast as SFA student DJs introduced songs and talked about current events. In the 4th session, students were given the opportunity to experience what it's like to work in a real television studio. Under the instruction of Dr. Casey Hart, students first learned how to use professional quality television studio cameras. Playing a game called Camera Quick Draw, students learned how important it is for television camera operators to be quick and accurate when getting shots of anchors and other personalities. During the game, they competed with one another to see who could get the best shots. We've got 2 different sections, one behind the camera and one in front of the camera. I'm going to let you guys play around with, okay? Now, after learning a little about life behind the cameras, students were given the opportunity to experience what it's like as a television newsreader. Taking up the role of an anchor, LOT crew students learned how a teleprompter operates and experienced the pressure of reading difficult news stories on television.
Welcome to KSFA Tuesday Tongue Twister News. I'm Brianna Ryan.
How many boards could the Mongols hoard if the Mongols horde got bored?
As many boards as they could afford before saying, "Oh my Lord."
In other news, can you grab the groundhog from the glazed grass if gray geese are in a green field grazing? Of course. If not, then octopi occupy 8 eerie elephant eyes.
Then the octopi will occupy 8 eerie elephants' eyes.
Of course. If not, then octopi will occupy 8 eerie elephant eyes.
After students had rotated through all 4 of the sessions, the day wrapped up as they gathered together once again and discussed their experiences. It was with great pride that the Stephen F. Austin State University Mass Communication Department welcomed the Lot crew. The faculty and staff were honored to share their experience and insight with such driven young people. As the day came to a close, the students had developed a new perspective on television, radio, and strategic communication, and been given a small taste of the pressure, challenges, and rewards that come with working in the mass media industry. This video was produced in partnership with Stephen F. Austin State University's College of Liberal and Applied Arts Department of Mass Communication and the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce. Leaders of Tomorrow is a program of the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce in partnership with the Nacogdoches County Independent School Districts.